Exodus 18. Four verses. Jethro, the priest of Midian, Moses' father-in-law, heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel his people, how the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. Now Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, had taken Zipporah, Moses' wife. After he had sent her home, along with her two sons, the name of one was Gershom, for he said, I have been a sojourner in a foreign land, and the name of the other is Elijah, for he said, the God of my father was my help, and delivered me from the sword of Pharaoh.
Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, came with his sons and his wife to Moses in the wilderness, where he was encamped at the mountain of God. And when he sent word to Moses, I, your father-in-law Jethro, am coming to you with your wife and her two sons with her. Moses went out to meet his father-in-law and bowed down to his feet. And they asked each other to their welfare and went into the tent. Then Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord had done to Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, all the hardship that had come upon them in the way, and how the Lord had delivered them.
And Jethro rejoiced for all the good that the Lord had done to Israel, and that he had delivered them out of the hand of the Egyptians. Jethro said, Blessed be the Lord, who has delivered you out of the hand of the Egypt, and out of the hand of Pharaoh, and has delivered the people from under the hand of the Egyptian. Now I know that the Lord is greater than all gods, because in this affair they deal arrogantly with the people. And Jethro, Moses' father-in-law, brought a burnt offering and sacrifices to God. And Aaron came with all the elders of Israel to eat bread with Moses' father-in-law before God.
The next day Moses had to judge the people, and the people stood around Moses from morning till evening. When Moses' father-in-law saw all that he was doing for the people, he said, What is this that you are doing for the people? Why do you sit alone and all the people stand around you from morning till evening? And Moses said to his father-in-law, Because the people come to me to inquire of God. When they have a dispute, they come to me, and I decide between one person and another, and I make them know the statutes of God and His laws.
Moses' father-in-law said to him, What you are doing is not good. You and the people with you will certainly wear yourselves out, for the things is too heavy for you. You are not able to do it alone. Now obey my voice. I will give you advice, and God be with you. You shall represent the people before God and bring their cases to God. And you shall warn them about the statutes and the laws, and make them know the way in which they must walk and what they must do. Moreover, look for able men
From all the people who fear God, who are trustworthy and hate pride, and place such men over the people of hundreds of thousands, of hundreds of fifties and of tens. And let them judge the people of all times. Every great matter they shall review, but any small matter they shall decide themselves. So it will be easier for you, and they will bear the burden with you. If you do this, God will direct you. You will be able to endure, and all these people also will go to their ways in peace. So Moses listened to the voice of his father-in-law, and did all that he had said. Moses chose
the old men out of all Israel
and
and made them heads over the people,
chiefs
of
of
thousands, hundreds of fifties, and of tens. And they judged the people of all kinds. Any hard case they brought to Moses, but any small matter they decided themselves. Then Moses let his father-in-law depart, and he went away to his own country.
So in this chapter 18, we can see the Jethro, the father-in-law of Moses, meeting Moses on the mountain and Moses judging the people. But today I just focus on the meeting, the Moses and Jethro on the mountain. So from the meeting between Moses and Jethro, we can learn how to witness the gospel, and then we can see the response of the good news from the elect person. Moses, he shared the story of salvation of the God, which means how God saved people Israel from the Egypt. And actually, we don't know the Jethro is true believer or not, but we guess the Jethro is the priest of Midian. Verse 1 says, Jethro, the priest of Midian. So we guess he is not a true believer to the Yahweh, Jehovah. So the Moses, he started to share the story of salvation to like an unbeliever Jethro. So what Moses shared to Jethro is, verse 1 says, God had done. God had, verse 1 says, Jethro, he heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, how the Lord has brought Israel out of Egypt. And verse 8 says the same thing. The Moses told his father-in-law all that the Lord has done to Pharaoh and to the Egyptians for Israel's sake, how the Lord had delivered them. The message, the point of message is that God had done. God had done. And in the testimony of the Moses, this message also including the personal testimony. Because the Bible says what God had done for Israelites, and all that God had done for Moses. So this is the way how to share the gospel. God, what God has done, and what God has done for me. Verse 1 says, all that God had done for Moses. The witnessing, the sharing gospel is what God did, and actually what God had done through Jesus Christ. And it is story of personal salvation, because God saved elect person, actually me, myself. So witnessing the sharing gospel is what God had done for sinners, and actually particularly me, sinner myself. So the message must be all things of contents of salvation. All things. God had done for all things for elected person. Because the message is that Moses told his father no, all that God, the Lord, had done. All. And God is the cause of salvation. So Jethro, he heard of all that God had done for Moses and for Israel, his people, and how the Lord had brought Israel out of Egypt. So Moses went out to meet his father-in-law and bow down and kiss him, and they asked each other of their welfare and went into the tent. That's what verse 7 says. So Jethro, he heard the message first. Then he went out to meet the Moses. And Moses welcomed him, and they asked each other, greeting each other, and they went to the tent. Moses, he was very great, the hero and leader for Israel. But he humbled himself, and he was very kind to explain what God had done to his father-in-law. The message, the evangelism, means we share the gospel clearly by the mouth, but attitude to share the gospel was very important. But Moses, he humbled himself. He bowed down and he kissed his father-in-law. Sometimes they reject the gospel because their simple nature. But sometimes some people, they hate the church and Christian because of their attitude and character. The message is good, but their attitude is not good. That's why they don't want to listen to the message. But we must share the gospel by the mouth and also by our attitude and action. So response to the gospel. Verse 9 says, "But Jethro rejoiced for all the good that the Lord had done to Israel." So Jethro, he rejoiced when he heard about the gospel, what God had done, how God saved Israel, Moses. He rejoiced. Rejoice means was overwhelmed by joy. So the joy overwhelmed the person, and the person, he responds with overflowing joy, overjoyed. So response of the person who are elected to accept the gospel is joy, delight. And Jethro, verse 10 says, Jethro says, "Blessed be the Lord, who has delivered you out of the hand of Egyptians and out of the hand of Pharaoh, and has delivered the people from under the hand of Egyptians." So this is the second response of to the gospel. rejoicing, praising God.